Hey, good morning, everybody. Thank y'all for joining my live stream. Uh, I really appreciate it. I'm gonna let some people get on here before we get started. What's up, Jacob? We'll do a little roll call. Sam Champion's in the house with his beautiful wife, Selena. C Dub, what's going on? Smoky Mountain Modeler. JLM. Divine, was it Moorfield? Yeah. It's the NTZ crew in the house. I got a message from Cal Deadman. He's traveling the country, and he says as he checks in hotels and stuff, and he's able to get online, he'll join us from time to time. Hey, John and Ingram Davis. What's up, Kenneth Browntree? Bruce Dow, I am Boontag. Dusty Passport, Rusty Faulkner. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that visa today, man, and how important it is. I took a lot of flack for some people, but, let's talk about it, guys. Let's talk about the new life. And we're going to talk about, I'm going to make a suggestion because remember, guys, that's all I do is make suggestions. It's not advice. It's a big difference between a suggestion and advice. Let me give you an example. A commercial, an advertisement, that's suggestions. They'll say, a commercial for Coke will come on. They're suggesting to you to go out and purchase a Pepsi or a Coke when you get thirsty, despite all the other selections that you have. See, that's all I do. When I say, hey, I suggest that you come over here and meet the lady instead of meeting online, it doesn't mean I'm giving you advice, to say, hey, this is that straight line. You must do it. You got to do it. If you don't, you're going to be sorry. That's advice. No, this is a suggestion. And I'm going to give you a suggestion today. This. Don't put your Filipina in a position where she has to make a choice between you and that visa. You're going to get your feelings hurt like I did. You're going to be shocked. And you're going to be surprised that she's going to choose that visa over you because the visa means so much more to other people than it does us. But I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. But we want to talk about that today, guys, because I think we take for granted, especially us coming from these Western countries, man. See, me as an American, a visa is nothing to me. I mean, it's just, it's no more than like I did for Australia. Fill out a few forms online, send them my passport information, and pay a $20 visa fee, and boom, I got approved. Hey, Timothy Bright, what's going on? Stephen Bryson, Mike, Chriselle. Yeah, I had this made especially for me in Zamboanga City. It's only shirt like this in all of Philippines. I promise you that. See? And plus, people are going to get on mad at me again. Every time I wear the shirt, I get hit, that I'm making fun of somebody else's life. I'm not, man. Buffalo Dan says, yeah, kind of dark. I apologize, but hey, let me tell you, Buffalo Dan, you'd rather be kind of dark in here than me roasting outside. Look how dark I've got from riding my bike. Look around here because I wear my shades because I'm going to give you some suggestions again today. 3 things that I want you, don't skimp on these 3 things, ladies and gentlemen. Number 1 is a good, I don't know why we call it a good pair of sunglasses. It's only one, but that's another story. A good pair of sunglasses. Do not skimp on that, man. A cheap pair is going to be uncomfortable. It's not going to protect your eyes from the rays. And you're going to waste your time. It's like my mother said, by the time you, if you go and buy the cheap stuff, it's going to break, it's going to tear, you're going to keep replacing it. Then by the time you do that 3 or 4 times, you have spent the same amount of money that you have to spend for the quality pair. So do that, guys. That's number 1. Good pair of sunglasses. I paid $140 for mine. It probably would be cheaper in America. Remember, I'm in the Philippines. Sunscreen. Don't play with the sunscreen over here, guys. Don't learn the lesson that I learned. My girlfriend told me that. She's the first one told me. She said, look, you need 130 SPF. Anything less over here, now this is a citizen, a native of the Philippines telling me this. Anything less, you're going to get burnt. So what I do, because I'm so smart, I know everything, especially about the Philippines. I'm in the store, I get to 50. I'm like, well, hell, 50 will work for me. Hell, we put it on me and her daughter. Man, the next day, man, the top of my head cracking, peeling, my nose here is peeling, my shoulders. 130, guys, bring that. And the last thing is a good pair of comfortable shoes or flip-flops, gym shoes, rubber shoes, flip-flops, whatever. Don't skimp on them three things, man. You're going to need those three. Let's get to some of this stuff. Thank you, guys. Hey, hit the thumbs up. It's 126 people. And I want to, first of all, I just want to thank everybody who has went on the Teespring site and purchased some of that authentic Sunshine Shoulders merchandise. Not a lot of people, and they don't know, they don't tell me who's buying it. But some people have went on there, and I just want to thank you. I'm really, I'm pleasantly surprised, but I really want to thank you for that. I don't take this stuff for granted. Trust me, man. Your kindness, your generosity, your support of my channel is truly amazing, man. I never take it for granted. But I wanted to thank, that was the first thing I got on my list because I forget to do that. But yeah, people have been placing orders on that. I want to thank you for that. Again, what I do is give suggestions, not advice. And I think that's why people get on me sometimes. Buffalo Dan says, how about the Cebu governor telling IATF and the government to kiss her butt? Well, see, that's why I like her so much. She's really for the people. I met her before. Gwendolyn Garcia. She's just a real little bitty lady, man. I mean, she's real humble, man. Imagine how wealthy she is. I saw her in a Rustin's in Labangan in Cebu one time. She only had one guy with her. He was standing at the door, the entrance, and I was just walking down the aisle with my thing, and we practically bumped into each other. When I saw her, I knew right away who she was, and I told her that I really admire her, and yeah, she don't play. If it was up to her, the Philippines would be open. She's one of them. She sort of like doesn't believe in this virus stuff. She says it's not as serious as it is. I have to disagree with her because we're so far from the front lines, guys, ladies and gentlemen, that we can't even make that assessment. You talk to a frontline person who sees it every day, the effects of the virus and stuff like that, and then you talk to me about it. But I'm so far away from the front line, man, I can't tell you. I can't make that assessment. Mark Richard said, Calvin, when do you have to leave the Philippines? How many weeks or months? I've got a few months. The reason I spoke about that yesterday, but it's not, remember, I've got 5 months, but that's nothing in the Philippines. Time goes by so fast over here when you're having fun. And remember, the Philippines is strict. They go strictly by the book. So 5 months is really like having a month, man. I've got to get on my P's and Q's now, find out what my options is, find out what I qualify for. Do I qualify for the 6-month extension? Do I qualify for the 9A visa? Are they going to open up the SRRV? I'll be in the immigration in a couple of weeks to renew because I renew every 2 months, renew my visa. I'm going to ask them, don't call people on the phone here, guys. Don't do it. Okay? That's just a suggestion. But yeah, I've got a few months, but it goes by quick. Hey, what's up, Johnny, New York? Good to see you in the house, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, brother. Bobby G, what's going on? Chriselle says, wow, the Sunshine Shoulders gang is here. Squad is here. Shout out to y'all. Simply Akers, what's going on? And remember, my channel is like a street version of the Philippines. There's a couple of channels I always suggest that are sophisticated for the sophisticated people who maybe can't understand the nitty-gritty. One is Philippines, My Paradise. Ned, he's a committed follower to my channel, and I follow his channel. He gives you the sophisticated side of the Philippines. Basically, a lot of the same information I give you, but he gives it to you a little bit more sophisticated. And also, Vixen's Vlog, Viczons Blog. She's a Filipina. She lives in America, but a lot of her videos are over here. I don't know how she does that, but she gives you good information like that too. It's just in a sophisticated way, and a lot of times she speaks in Taglish. But yeah. Roy Faulkner says, so what, Calvin? Let haters drop by the wayside. Absolutely, Roy. I agree with you. I don't give him any more attention on mine. John's he's taking up for me, always sending me stuff. I be like, man, I don't care what they're saying. If I'm their only content, man, that's pitiful, really. Hey, Simply Acus, I'm gonna turn over every rock. I'm not gonna leave one stone unturned to stay here. I'm not just gonna get on a plane and fly out of here when, I'm not just sitting back waiting for that day. No, we're gonna do everything we can. Because that's my new home, man. Right now. I've got a lot going on. I will build that house no matter what happens. We're going to meet with the engineer today on the property because I got some questions. I want to make sure, is this land, is it safe to go ahead and build? Do I have to fill anything? So we're going to talk to him today. But Simply Acus, my decision has always been the same. I'm going to stay here if I can. I'm not going to go underground like a lot of guys choose to do. I'm not going to do that. And I wouldn't suggest anybody do that because they're going to catch you, man. Hey, Michael Morris, what's going on? He said, peace from Halifax, bro. Man, now that's what impresses me when I get shout outs like that from Halifax. That's a long way away. Let's see. Frank Ellis said, Calvin, your situation isn't as dire as you think. You have options. And yeah, that's a good statement, Frank. And really what my blog was, I'm shocked at the response I've gotten because here's how I do my vlogs, guys. It's whatever comes across my mind, see. And me and my girlfriend were talking about it. I said, wow, time sure is flying. My visa will be expiring pretty soon. And she burst out crying and don't leave and you can't do nothing. Because a lot of times, man, when I go to bed at night, I don't know what I'm going to talk about the next day. But I get my ideas from the ether. It goes in here and then whatever goes in here is what I put out there. And then I live with the results. Hey, Philip Cooper, what's going on, man? I hope everything's going well for you in your situation. And condolences to your family, man. And I hope you're able to get back to the States as soon as you possibly can. Matthew said that you got married there in the United States. I got married in the United States. And that's one thing I want to tell you guys. See, I would probably still be married if I would have stayed in the States. See, but I put my wife in a position where she had to choose between me and the visa. Our marriage, our family, and the visa, man, and I was shocked, man. She chose that visa. I'm shocked even to this day. But that's because I took the visa for granted. I didn't realize how important it is to other people. That new life, see? So a lot of guys, you think you're happy. You think you're Filipino happy. You got the perfect marriage. But put her in that position where she has to choose. See, when we came back over here after about 6 months, see, she knew she could stay here a year without going back, but she got to listen to her friends. Oh, you better get back, Trump, 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 they were saying. I said, Trump ain't got nothing to do with your situation. You are legal. You can stay here for a year. Oh, she flew back to that place. She was, and that's what she said. Oh, we worked so hard to get this visa. I don't want to, let that go to waste. No, you didn't work hard to do nothing. I did. I'm sorry. Okay, but guys, don't put that beautiful woman of yours, the love of your life, the one that you think that you mean so much to, because it's going to shock you. You're going to get your feelings hurt like I did. See, it's that visa. It's that new life that they want. And I don't care. You can argue with me till the cows come home. Unless you have to put her in that position, you will never know. See, because I'm going to tell you, man, listen to this. For 9 years, man, we had the perfect marriage. Guys, yeah, I didn't want a divorce. I never wanted to get a divorce, see. I've been through it before, but yeah, you put your girlfriend in that position or your wife in that position where she has to choose between you and that visa and new life. You going to the curb, buddy. I'm sorry. And, that's just how it is. And then I had a subscriber message me today, a woman, a Filipina. She was telling me she likes it, she would love to come back over here, but she got to talking about the government. She got to talking about what was going on. See, I'm getting it straight from them, but I know from my experience, man, don't do it, guys, because that perfect marriage you think you got is not so perfect. Seven Stills will say, I'm sad to hear you having to leave your family. Hold your head up. You'll be all right. Thanks, man. I am, like I said, I'm not going to leave one stone unturned, guys. The fact that I've got so many options, it leads right into the discussion today about the visa and how important it is. Man, how many times do you hear about stories like that in America? I was shocked that he got over here, that story about the boat crashing off the coast of San Diego. Because it happens all the time over there, from different countries. People put their life on the line for that new life, man. And we basically give these visas away, man, for a penny. I mean, and because we don't really understand the true meaning of the visa, because we take it for granted. We don't have to worry about it. As an American citizen, let me speak for me, because I'm American. I don't know about British, French, and all that. I'm welcome just about anywhere. Many countries, this is pre-pandemic, I can go to with just my passport. There's no breaking out. Man, in a lot of the situations, especially the Philippines included, a visa is their only escape unless they want to go overseas and work, practically like a slave. Hey, Big Gun 231, thanks for the super chat. He said, here's some support. It ain't much, but it should help your channel. What do you mean it's not much, man? Every peso counts. We're going to give out 17 25 kilo sacks of rice today. Thanks to some of you guys, man, every little bit counts, see, because I'll let it add up and then I'll do something like that. It's only going to be for San Carlos City residents, obviously, because, you can't send a 25 kilo sack of rice through the mail or through LBC. It costs you a fortune. But yeah, Big Gun 231, man. Don't ever say that, man. That $5 you sent me, okay, let's see. That's 250 pesos. That's a 4 days pay. Okay, that's 5 kilos of rice. That's 2 days. That'll feed a family for 2 days right there over here. Family of 4. Yeah. Yeah, Michael Morris, thanks. He said, you have options, brother. Yeah, I know. The Prodigy, what's going on? He said, good morning, brother Calvin. How you keeping? Man, I feel a lot better now, when I after I ride my bike every morning. See, that's a ritual for me. I ride the bike, and it clears my thoughts, man. It lets me think. It's the way I meditate. Even though I meditate for 5 minutes, I lay in my bed and cut the lights out every day. That's another form of meditation. It's just me and nature, man. And remember, guys, I wasn't panicking. This is something that it just came across out of the ether. Said, man, maybe you need to talk about that. I want to thank y'all though for, man, all the suggestions, man, all the information y'all sent me. I feel a lot better, man. I really do. Roy Faulkner says, "Hey Calvin, when does the American Embassy open for people to apply for visa?" What do you mean? You don't have to. You have to apply for a visa through the Philippines when you're over here, not the embassy. It's through the Philippine Bureau of Immigration. You're in their country. The United States, really, that embassy can help you, but very little, man, and they'll let you know if you're accused of a crime, if you're a victim of a crime, they won't help you, man. They'll just tell you where to go. They'll point you in the right directions, but they won't help you. They won't pay for a lawyer. They won't do anything like that. You get very little help there. Now, you can't, it's for places like, now you can do the CRBA like I did for my kids. You do stuff like that. You can renew your passport. I saw a guy there. He told me he was signing up for his Social Security. I think you can do stuff like that. You can have papers notarized, but guess what? It costs $50 to get a form notarized. I had to do it. I didn't have no other choice. A few years back, I sold a portion of my insurance book of business to another insurance agency, and he sent the paper over to have me notarize it. I had to get it notarized at U.S. Embassy. $50. Yeah. Let's see. Roy Jones says, you can't stay. What country would you go to? Well, if once I'm forced to leave here, I'm, especially because I don't think I'll be able to even be offered the vaccine by December. I'll probably go to Guam first just to get stuff, just to take the vaccine. That's a U.S. territory. I'm in the U.S. basically. That's 4 hours away. I got some friends there. I may stay a week, a couple of weeks or there, maybe a month. And then I'll think about, going somewhere else. The continental United States is right now, it's off the limit for me. It's off the thing. Hey, the Crypto Game Podcast, thanks for that super chat. He says, is there an option to extend your visa? Is there a special exception because you have children there? Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah. Because what I'm on now, even though it's a tourist visa, it's called a long-term stay visa, is what you enter into when you stay at 36 months. You can ask for a 6-month extension on the back of there. I think it's like 13,000 pesos. Okay, that's my last resort. The Crypto Game Podcast, I was told that because I had children here, that if I leave the country, I can come back on a 9A visa. I'm going to find all that out in a couple of weeks when I go to immigration. I'm going to ask them every, option I've got, because I want to get it straight from them. What can I do? I've got children here, because see, I was thinking about one option was I was going to tell my wife to register our marriage with the Philippine embassy over there. And then I could apply for the 13A here. But that will put her in a bind. See, then she'll have to get an annulment over here. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to put her through that. What's up, Brasilero Shelton? Good to see you, brother. John Mack, the third says, no matter what they say, please keep telling it like it is. The truth seekers like myself will appreciate you and what you do. Yeah. It's the only way I know how to do it, John Mack III. I mean, that I'm going to be able to help anybody. The Philippines is a very popular subject on YouTube, but a lot of times it's a lot of entertainment, it's a lot of fluff, and people come over here and they're shocked at what they see and what's waiting for them. I want my channel to be part of the smorgasbord. Take a little bit from me, take a little bit of the other guys, until you get what you need. I'm not an expert on the Philippines. I don't know it all, but I have a unique perspective, and I share that with you guys. I've been over here on and off for 12 years. All the mistakes I've made have become my secrets, and I share them with y'all. And I'll just tell you the truth, man. Don't put your girlfriend and wife in a position where she has to choose between you and the visa. Please hear that out, ladies and gentlemen, because you will never know the real situation you got until that happens. For 9 years, I'm happily married, man. I'm not looking nowhere else, guys. Trust me. I'm happy. But then I put her in a position where she had to make that choice, and she chose the visa and the new life, and it hurt me, man. I'm shocked, even to this day. The Crypto Gang podcast said, would you be willing to become a citizen? If so, how do you go about doing so, and how long does it take? Now, I know I can become a dual. I can request that, but I don't want to do that. It's just too much going on. There's some good things about being invisible over here. There's some good things about the freedom of not paying taxes, not voting over here. I'm a U.S. citizen, and I've never considered it, and I won't consider it. Because as a U.S. citizen, we don't have to go that far. It wouldn't take a whole lot to do it. But remember, the Philippines, they go strictly by the book. There's no leeway. Now, one subscriber told me he did get some leeway when his 3 years was up. He told him about his wife, and it was a COVID situation, but it was early on. I don't know if they'll give me that option, but I'm gonna tell them, if the COVID's still going on, I got kids over here that I'm taking care of. Maybe they will. But now, Crypto Game podcast, I've never considered it. Thanks again for that super chat. I haven't. Smoky Mountain Model says Calvin shoots from the hip and don't take no lip. Hey, Bill Ammon, thanks for that super sticker. Yeah, I really, really appreciate it, guys. I just like to tell you stuff like that because it's stuff that we don't even think about. See, when I came over here, I didn't know anything about a K-1 visa or marrying anybody because it was never even in the back of my mind. I just got a divorce. I wasn't trying to marry nobody, but once I've been over here and I've experienced some things and I've seen others experience things and I've learned more about life here and why people are trying to go to other places, because the only difference between a lot of Filipinos and Filipinos over here and us is we have a little bit more money and resources. If the money and resources were available to them over here, maybe they wouldn't be trying to go, man, but some of them will say, well, most of them will. They're going to say and do anything to get the visa and get out of here, man. Because I know Filipinos over there that once they've gotten out, they never come back. I mean, not to see family, will they send money over here? Yeah, but they'll never come back. And I couldn't understand it. But I know why now, because I've been over here long enough now. I know a lot of them, and that's why I tell you guys, as a suggestion, to slow down on sending money over here. Slow down on making commitments online, because until you get over here and you really see the true situation, there's so many intricacies involved with, these Filipinas and Filipinos over here. You can't see them online. You have to get over here to see the abject poverty that some of these people are coming from, man. And then you kind of understand, oh, okay, I see why she's saying this. I see why she's doing that. You would never understand it till you get over here, man. You cannot take people from that situation and take them right to America or Britain or England, or something like that, man, you're asking for trouble, and that's just how it is, man. We didn't make the rules, but I just be wanting to tell you, it's better to come over here first because I got a call today, man. My heart broke. I tell you, man. Thank you, S. Ham, for the super sticker. This is the reason why I got my channel on here, man. Because, see, I feel responsible. I got a call from one of my subscribers, man. He's helped a woman over here tremendously. She could never receive the help he's given her in 2 or 3 lifetimes over here. And now all of a sudden, she's cut him off. She's blocked him from the Facebook. She won't talk to him. The whole 9 yards, guys. Look, it hurts me because I'm in the middle of that. That's why I tell you, I will not do any more. I promise you this. I don't care if Mother Teresa vouched for the lady. I will not do no more interviews, man. It's really sad, man. Because I know the guy's a good guy. He's not a good guy. He's a great guy. But you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. You don't know these women over here. They look innocent, man. They talk innocent. They'll fool you. And next thing you know, boom, they slam the door. You never hear from them again. They got what they want. It's a lot of intricacies involved in these people with these people's lives. You cannot see it online. Come over here. It's just a suggestion. But yeah, it hurt me, man. And I'm mad at the lady, but I never confront her because it's not my business. They're 2 grown people, but the way that she's done him, man, I'm pissed. I'm pissed, man, I tell you. And, I call myself vetting people, man. You can't, I'm over here, and you can't, and you really can't vet them. They'll fool you, but it's better to be fooled in person, man, than online, because that way you can make that decision like he's making the decision now of what to do. And asking me, I said, now you grown man, you know better than me what to do. Go on and do it. Hey, Matthew, thanks for that super chat. He says, well said about the visa, Calvin. It's true, man. It's true. We don't, as Westerners, we never even give a visa a second thought because it doesn't apply to us, really. I can go just about anywhere in the world. I can actually go to North Korea, believe it or not. I can go to Cuba. I can go to Russia, China. I can, man, as a U.S. citizen. Now, because people do it. Some cases I have to get, a special permission, but I can go. Frank Ellis says the visa is a lifeline to most Filipinos. You're exactly right, but try to push that message over on us. It's a hard thing to do because we're thinking, oh, that's nothing. It ain't no big deal. We don't understand what people will do, what they'll say, what they'll promise for that visa, man. And you will never know until you put them in position to make that choice, guys. And then I'm hurt. I'm shocked. I would have never, suspected that. Because remember, I told you, I made 10 trips over here. 4 years before I even thought about bringing her there. It's only because she had my son, But, man, the visa, man, means a lot, man. Because remember, I tell you that the biggest advantage, I did a video on our biggest advantage, which we're invisible. You know what the biggest advantage the Filipina has over us and Filipinos have over us? Patience, guys. They will wait you out. I don't care how long it takes. They're great actors and actresses, and they will wait you out. She waited all that time, until she, got what she wanted. That's a long time, man. I would never wait that long. I would have forced her hand by now. But yeah, she waited 4 years. Some of them wait. They will marry you and wait till you die. They don't love you. They will wait till you die. Okay? I'm just telling you the truth. It's happening, man, all around me. I see it. They're not happy. Okay? But they're not going to give up their new life and everything that they've got. So they'll stick around and they will wait you out. They've got that kind of patience. Yeah. They're left brain thinkers. They're not gonna, man, trust me, man. Guys get on, they come over here and they argue with me. Oh, my Filipino is different. Yeah, that's what you think. Put in a position where she has to make a decision between that beast and new life and your ass. You're gonna be kicked to the curb. I hate to sound so, frank, man, but we're grown men, man. Most of my subscribers are 35 and up, man. Y'all can handle the truth. But some of y'all can't handle the nitty-gritty. Mark Rich said, yeah, Calvin's right. I'm not going to move back to America as she, I don't know what he's saying. I'm not going to move back to America as she's too pretty. If she's too pretty, I guess that's what he's saying. Well, if you take her to America, then you stay there with her, and your marriage will be okay, more than likely. But if you decide, hey, I'm gonna move back to the Philippines, and you're gonna be over here longer than a year, and it's gonna come, as the year gets closer, and that visa get ready to expire, unless she's become a U.S. citizen, see, then you're gonna see the change. Yeah, Chris said, it sounds good. It sounds good. She said the new life shouldn't be about the visa. It should be about being with someone, family. Yeah, well, it sounds good. Okay. But there's that, what you're saying, and then there's reality. Okay. There's, you live over here. You know the situation that some of these women and some of these people are coming from. You can't talk that romantic stuff. It's romance and you going hungry. Which one you going to take? You're going to take the new life and the visa. The hell with that romance. The hell with that love. Does love develop? Yeah, it develops somewhere down the line. Sometimes it does. Sometimes when you with somebody so long, they call it codependency. Hey, what's going on, you dirty puppy? Good morning. Yeah, he lives in a nice neighborhood over here. I was going to tour his place, but it's too complicated. Soul School Music Lover said, you all today, Cal. Thanks for the real gritty. It's just, sometimes, man, I got to give it to you like that, especially when it comes to this visa, guys, because we're being used. If we don't look after our own interests, man, because if this guy calls me again, I may have to help him. I may have to tell him the real story, but I really don't want to do it because I don't want to get in trouble, man. He's a certain age. He knows what's going on, really. I'm just a listening ear, really. But sometimes, man, we got to talk like this because if we don't, man, you're going to come over here. You're going to be fooled just like all of us. A lot of us have been fooled, man. And nobody wants that, man. We want a good life, and they want a good life. Hey, JX, thanks for the super chat. He said, I agree with you, Calvin, but the Philippines is more valuable to a family in the U.S., especially if you become citizen. Absolutely. But that you're saying exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying if you take her there and she has to make that choice between staying there and coming back here, she's going to stay there. All right. So I'm suggesting, it's only suggesting, if you take your Filipina back to your country, wherever it is, just stay there with her. You're more than likely going to, stay with her, She doesn't have to make that choice. But when you're talking about retiring over here, then just come over here and marry her. Don't ever bring her back over there. Okay? Because, yeah, absolutely, you're right. But that's, JX, that's one of the things that they consider when they're making the decision between you and the visa and the new life. It's their family over here, too. It's not just her. I'm not going back over there and deal with. This lady was running it down to me on my Facebook Messenger today. She's a Filipino married to an American. And she was telling me why people don't want to come back over here. See? Yeah, 7 still. We're straight to the curb, but why lie about it and, you know, beat around the bush about it. It's just what it is. It is what it is, man. Um, John Max said, Calvin trying to prevent boots on the ground from developing into boots up your butt. Listen to his wisdom and stay ahead of the game. You have to stay ahead of the game. You can only get unlucky over here, guys, okay? But remember, you're not special. And this is what I want you to understand. I don't care how old you are. The requirement to get a visa as an American for you to apply for a visa for Filipina or Brazilian, Colombian, it's 18. So I don't care if you're 18 or 80, blind, crippled, and crazy. If you can get that girl the visa, man, she's going to play you just like she plays the 65-year-old guy. Don't matter that you're 25. They come over here, muscles bulging, face smooth, looking good, thinking that the Filipino really wants them for that. Man, get out of here. Remember, 18 to 80, blind, crippled, and crazy. They want the visa, guys. We got to get stingy with it. Make them earn it. Don't give it to them. We're giving it away. Stephen Francis said, what's the topic? We're just talking about the visa. And then, it's always whatever we want to talk about. We want to live, laugh, and learn on this channel. It's all about the Philippines, really. Philippines is a popular topic, man. Let's see. I read it says more bad news about this damn COVID in the news over here, man. Every day I pick up the paper. I'm getting ready to get rid of this Manila Times and everything because it's never anything good. Now they got this COVID-19 variant cases are rising over here. And you say, well, excuse me, what does that mean? It's because, according to the WHO and different scientists, this South African variant, which is rising over here, and the UK variant, which is rising over here, they will, what's it say? This is their words. They decrease the potency of the vaccines, man. And it's rising over here, man. Some guy emailed me and said, Calvin, what's happening in India could very well happen in the Philippines. And I was like, man, don't even put that in the out there in the universe, man, because it can. It's very, very, it's very, very close, man, to what's going on. Montrose Williams says a $1,000 investment into Dogecoin in January 2021 is worth $100,000 a day. I hope you put your 1,000 in there, brother, because I don't want no parts of that right now. And one of my subscribers, hey, thanks you, dirty puppy, for that super chat. He says our $400 rental in South Villa was sold. We have a month to move out. Wow. Found an ancestral 5-bedroom house with 3 bedrooms on Burgo Street for same price. This new price is special. Yeah, see, I'm glad you said that, you dirty puppy, because when you spend $400 a month over here, you're gonna live in a palace, man. Trust me. Listen to what he says. A 5-bedroom house with 3 bathrooms for $400 a month. How much would that cost in your country, in your city where you live? That's the good thing about the Philippines. One of the things I would miss if I had to leave here, because the minute I hit U.S. soil, guys, I'm going to have to go back to work, man. And I don't want to get back on that hamster wheel. Do you know how hard it would be for me? I'm 57, almost 58. I've been off that hamster wheel, man, just sitting back, relaxing, working out, eating good, enjoying my life. And I have to jump back on there, man, and reporting in to people, people calling me every day and, bills. And, man, I probably wouldn't last a year, man. Hey, Carmen Greenwood, what's going on in Mexico? Crazy Gringo, what's up? But, yeah, you dirty puppy, I'm glad you did that, because I'm telling you, man, you come over here, $400 for rent is not a lot. Remember, when I came over here December 5th, 2018, my rent in America was $940. They were getting ready to go up on the rent. That was a nice 3-bedroom house with a finished basement. It was nice, big backyard. I think altogether with the front yard and backyard, it may have been a half acre. But you come here, you get 5 bedrooms and 3 baths for $400 a month. Hey, Pan American black men going their own way. A1 black man says, let's see what he says. He's always got something interesting to say. He said, from the perspective of women from the Philippines, how great is the chance she loses her American man to another Filipino shoe on the other foot? Well, in America, it's very rare because when they get over there, they change. They don't even want to speak to you. Had I met Filipinos in America first, before I would have never came over here. I think I told y'all that story. When I took my wife to that Catholic mass for the first time, and after the mass, everybody eats and everything. Man, these people are they come American as very quick. There's a lot of doctors, nurses. People were, they were pulling up in Jaguars, man, and Mercedes. One lady had a Maserati, man. I promise you this. And man, I did not get one wave, one smile, one nothing. I mean, it's a good thing I'd already had, let's see, that's 2014. I'd already had 5 years of experience over here to know that this wasn't the real Filipinos. No, man, you'll be very, not over in America. Now, over here, that's what the big problem is. And that's why I always suggest, man, that you go ahead and either sow your oats in America, get that out of your system before you come over here to live, or do it first before you meet somebody here and settle down, because that's the problem here, but not in America. Over here, yeah, black men going their way, going their own way. Yeah, you're gonna have a problem because it's just so many women over here, and you know that a lot of them, because of what we've been talking about all day for the last 45 minutes, they want the visa, they want the new life. Even if they want a piece of that new life, it's better than what they're getting now. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm happy with my woman, but every day, man, I see one of the most beautiful women in the world over here. Every single day. I mean, but because I've been over here so long, and I've been in that cycle, I know that the grass ain't always green on the other side. The happiest men over here are the ones who find a Filipina and stick with her. That one. They're the most wealthiest guys over here. They're happier, man. Everything about them is so much better. But yeah, that's the problem over here with a man. Because that's what happened to me. See, at one time I had 3 families over here. I'm not bragging about that. I'm just telling you how it is, because, you just say, hey, how you doing? And boom, there it is. You starting up something and you be like, wow. And then they'll know, see, I tell you, man, my wife was my mistress. See, as long as I wasn't married to her, I could have done anything I wanted to do. And in my state of mind back in them days, see, I just got out of a marriage. I wasn't trying to get married. I was just trying to sow my oats. I'm trying to live my single life, coming out of an 18-year bitter divorce, 18-year marriage, bitter divorce. I'm not trying to tie no knots. So I come over here, I sow my oats, man. I spend 2 months with her, get tired of her, go back and spend 2 months with her, then go around, maybe the Cayenne, the Oro. Is that the right thing to do? No, but there's 2 sides to the story. They don't care because, remember, they don't really want you either. They only want what you can give them, same as that. Hey, Edwin Kirkland, he says, thank you, Calvin. You're welcome, brother. And remember, you can only get unlucky over here. Most of the women that you meet over here, the overwhelming majority, I'm going to say 98% of them, man, you're not going to have a problem. But don't put her in that position. Don't put her in where she has to make that. And you're going to be fine. Let's see. Let's see. Edwin Kirkland says, fill in that t-shirt, Cal. Yeah, I had this made right around the time Sunshine Show started. People were down over here, man. I mean, See, just from my 12 years, and you'll see the government does this too. Filipinos want you to think that everything's okay. They put up this veil, this curtain, like, oh, everything's okay. If you landed in the Philippines today, you would think, yeah, oh, what? The pandemic has an effect on the Philippines. Yeah, it does. They're not going to show you, but see, I'm behind that curtain. I can see it, man. And I just did this shirt, to let people know, no matter how you live, no matter what people say about you, your life matters, believe it or not. Yeah, Ron Omega's on. Everyone has a side of the story. Absolutely. See, I'm going to tell you something. The hardest thing about prosecuting a lot of the scammers over here, and I don't call them scammers over here, is that the men do not want to come forward. Because it's like, what do they call it? A crime of convenience or something. I forgot what they call it. He's ashamed. See, I've been trying to do a video about the horror stories in the Philippines for a long time, but men will not come forward. We're too embarrassed. We don't want to share our information. I'll share my information if it's going to help you to avoid the same thing I've been through. I've only got like 2 stories, man. People are ashamed. Man, we're getting ran through the ringer over here, man, because we're falling into these traps that we don't see because our focus is somewhere else, man. C-Dub said, pay to play. What about similar interest, communication, true love? See, that's all important, but it may take you a while over here because of the cultural differences. I mean, real cultural differences. You hear that word all the time, but I'm talking about real cultural differences. When you get over here, you will see it. Some places over here, guys, they do not have internet access. They have no connection with the outside world. It will shock you, man. But you don't believe it. You think it's over. Everything over here is the same as it is in your country. It's not. That's the way our minds think. We're focused on something else, man. When you get over here, you're going to see some stuff. You're going to be like, man, this is, it's just life-changing stuff. You can't change the Philippines. The Philippines is going to change you over here. I guarantee you. James Land says, C-Dub ain't no true love. It's going to be, they say they say fair exchange is no robbery, right? Well, when you come over here and you marry a woman or something like that, that's no fair exchange. I don't care how nice looking she is. I don't care what she's doing for you. When you put what you're getting with what she's getting, that's no fair exchange. And being happy is relevant, guys. Say, well, as long as both of us is happy, what's the small price she has to pay? It's no fair exchange. And then what happens is you become complicit in your own robbery with that old fair exchange is no robbery. Let me say this bullshit, man. That's what it is. There's no fair exchange over here, man. Like that. You may have to go through 4 or 5 women before you can find somebody that you can communicate with. That's a big problem here. Yeah, they can speak English, but they don't have anything in common with you. Try to sit down and hold a conversation. Do that. That's the way that you can vet them. Because then after the love is gone, after you done rolling around in the bed, you just sitting and looking at each other, nothing to talk about. Because the dust is going to settle, guys. It's eventually going to settle. That's why take your time. Why are we in such of a hurry? The society over here doesn't work that way. It's slow and methodical with everything, even relationships. It's a red flag, guys, when you get over here and she puts you on a clock. She knows there's no clocks over here. You go to get a job, it takes you a month to get the paperwork you need to go apply for a job. You can't just walk into a place in America. That's what shocked my wife. She went, listen, man. She went and applied for a job and they started her the next day. Her very first job she had over there. She could not believe it. It doesn't work that way over here. Nothing does. not even relationships. But the minute you get off that plane, she's putting pressure on you, putting you on a clock. It's not like that with the Filipino man over here. She doesn't do that with him. She does that with you because she's expecting something from you. JM says, how popular is anime? There, super popular, super popular. I've got my son, he's 10. His brother's 12. And he just sits and draws anime all day. That's what he does. Yeah, Frank Ellis, after love is gone, man. You know, after that 2 to 5 minutes of pleasure, guys, it's over. Because let me remind you something. If you don't believe me, there's a difference between pleasure and happiness. I think men get that mixed up. We try to mix that up. No, it's a difference. Yeah, she's gonna bring you pleasure, but can she bring you happiness? That's the problem. Yeah, after that dust settles and you done, released all the stress and all that you've been carrying around, now you're looking at a young lady who has nothing in common with you, and after a while it gets old, man. I have to tell you that. So make sure you take your time. There's nothing wrong, as a man. Here's where I made my first mistake. When I first came over here, I met 2 women. I was 45. One was 38, one was 41. The 41-year-old would have easily been my soulmate, man. She was intelligent. She was educated. She owned her own photography business. But guess what? She was 41. I didn't realize that. She told me. She said, look, what do you want with a 41-year-old woman? She said, most foreigners, this is her words, not mine. Most foreigners who come over here, they want a young woman. Well, I'm just looking at her, man. She's beautiful, man. I mean, probably, even to this day, one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. And we're on the beach over in Tamboli Beach Resort in Moncton. Remember, I told you when I first came over, I didn't go anywhere for 2 weeks with her. And I didn't never thought anything about it, but on my way home, it just resonated in my mind. What is she talking about? So when I get home, go back on the dating site. And all I started doing was dealing with younger women. And they're, showing interest in me. That's my biggest mistake. You don't have to come over here and deal with a younger lady. Especially if you're trying to get a serious long-term relationship. You may not want that. But if you're just going to come over here and you want to have a good time, yeah, what's wrong with that? What 2 consenting adults agree to is nobody's business. That's what you want to do. But if you're looking for, you may want to try to find somebody closer to your age or, at least, that's why me and my girlfriend get along so well. I'm 57. She's 38. I'm 19 years older than her. But still, she's 38. She was 37 when I met her. She'll be 39 on Saturday. But she's so much more mature, man. She's intelligent. She's educated. She's a professional, man. We can sit down and talk about stuff, about our kids. She doesn't have grandkids. About different things, man. We have a lot of things in common. And she's still beautiful. She's still sexy, man. Could I go out and get a 29-year-old? Could I go out and get a 19-year-old? Absolutely could. But then I'm looking for trouble, man, eventually. Michael Lover says, you getting married again? Man, that's a great question. And I don't know. I promise you, man, with this last time I got married, I didn't want a divorce because I've been through a divorce before. It's ugly. It makes strangers out of lovers. Me and my wife, I was married to for 18 years. We got 4 beautiful daughters together. Don't you know if we go in the grocery store together, we walk right past each other as if we don't know each other? It's crazy what divorce will do. That's why you be hesitant to get a divorce. That's why when I said it took me a long time to marry again. A long time, man. And when I got married, I said, this is it for me. And I meant it. And had I stayed in America and not came over here, I'd still be married. But, to answer your question, man, I can't answer that right now. Um, Thank you, Lamont Smith, for that super chat. I really appreciate you, brother. He says, salute, Calvin. You give us the game, man, and I'm visiting. But most of us have not experienced anything close to the Philippines. We're going to get lumped up, man. Well, the only thing that saves us is the people over here are so good, man. They're so kind. They're so warm and welcoming. They're not the problem, Lamont. We're the problem. We're our problem when we get over here, see? That's what that is. It's not them, it's us. We're going to stumble over ourselves. We come over here. We want to be these big shots. We put all our cards on the table when they don't even have a table, see? And we put everything out there. She's just sitting back like, yeah, go ahead, dummy. Let me know everything about you because you're going to know very little about me by the time you leave for 2 weeks. But I'm going to know everything about you. And then that way I can weave my way up. Because they already think they know us. They really do because we're simple. We're shallow. It doesn't take much to get us wound up. See? That's why she shows up the way she does. In those short shorts. With the hair flowing down the back. Looking as good as she's ever looked in her life. And presents you with the girlfriend experience. Everything you want, any way you want it, anytime you want it. And by the time you go back, you're already signing the papers for the visa. Or, you've already sent the money already. You haven't even touched her. So she already knows, oh, y'all got him, see? Every woman that I interviewed, except for one, I've interviewed 4, has changed, but one hasn't. Jo Bell. She turned out to be the real deal. So whoever's chatting her now, he's getting the real deal. And this is the one that nobody really had a whole lot of interest in. But she's sweet. She's the real deal, guys. And, every now and then you can meet one like that online. But she wasn't even online. But somebody got real lucky with her. The project says, I need me a woman like Calvin's where I can be talking on camera about love and pleasure. Beautiful women walking around. My girl doesn't utter a word. Yeah, because they know they got us, see. She knows I'm not going nowhere. I'm through rolling the dice. I've always been a one-woman man. It don't take a lot for me because I have more interest than a woman. I was the same way as everybody else when I got over here, man. I was like a kid in a candy store, seeing all these girls running everywhere. And to me, they have the perfect shape, man. They have the perfect body. A lot of them do. Not too big, not too small. It's just right. And it's going to drive you crazy. You've never seen anything like it before, and they're everywhere. But after a while, you start figuring, well, man, hell, I like the weather over here. I like traveling around. Nobody bothers me here. Other things start weighing in. You be like, okay, that's where I'm staying. I mean, I'm not even going to worry about having a woman over here because that's the least thing I have to worry about. Let me start finding out what I have to do to really live here, to really plant some roots here and stay where I don't have to go back. And that's eventually. But when you come over here, I don't care who you are. Preachers, they get crazy over here too. It doesn't matter. Priests who swear a vow of celibacy end up getting married over here. Men going their own way end up saying, hey, are you going my way? The Filipina turns them out like that. It's crazy. Yeah, guys, hit the thumbs up. Y'all know how that helps me. Frank Ellis said, be a John, not a Joe. Yeah, I agree. Until you make up your mind what you want to do. Johns are so smart, man. If I could do it all over again, I would have been a John. No harm, no foul. I know what I'm looking for. I know how much it costs. I know where to get it. I don't have to buy any souvenirs. I don't have to buy any fancy clothes to impress the lady. I don't have to meet the family. I don't have to fool with the K-1 visa. I don't have to make all the stupid promises we make. I just come over here enjoy myself, and go back home. I haven't committed any crimes. See? But the Joe, because we're trying to be this goody two shoes and do everything right, we end up getting screwed over. Michael, Michael overseas. I thought, okay. He said, Calvin, what do you think when the new president comes into office? He said, Duterte kept the place safe. Maybe you think it would become crime-ridden again? No. The Philippines has never really been crime-ridden, man. You know, compared to what? Not compared to America. It's just kind of hard to say. This COVID has changed everything forever. The lockdowns anyway. You know, crime is down not because of Duterte, but because of the pandemic, the lockdowns. Crime went down 45%. Major crime in Metro Manila and all those places. Man, imagine that. It wasn't Duterte, you know. The only ones he's worried about really is the drug guys. It was a big bust here yesterday, man. I was shocked. I was riding my bike. I was getting ready to ride right into it, man. I promise you, I was no more than 100 feet from the police. They had the car surrounded, 4 police. They all got the big rifles aimed at. The doors is open. They had some man, up against the car, and I was gonna go right past them until I saw these people stopped, and I looked up. You know, when you ride your bike, then you look up, and there it was. But instead of me sitting there meddling like everybody else, I went on about my way. Remember, it's none of my business. But yeah, it was a dangerous thing, because then here comes so many police from all different directions. I'm like, wow, what's going on over here? Hey, Gerald Yates said, thank you for sharing your story. I learned a lot this evening. I appreciate it, man. And remember, nothing's going to take the place of you coming over here and actually experiencing this stuff. That's all I'm doing, is just telling you my experiences. Remember, I tell you, the Philippines is in the eyes of the beholder. If you come over here and say, that's a shithole, who's to argue with you and say that it's not? I say it's a paradise to me. I love it over here. I don't want to go anywhere else. You know, I think everybody's going to think the same way, but it's not true. It's in the eyes of the beholder. Like, if I tell you my wife is beautiful, you can't argue with me and say she's not. I said she's beautiful. To me, she's beautiful. And that's how it is over here. When you get over here, you're going to see some things that I said you're going to agree with, some not. Some of the stuff you're going to be like, oh, it don't apply to me. Some you're just going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, he was telling the truth. And I just want to give you an idea of what to look for or what to avoid, because you don't want to make some of the mistakes that the guy in Colombia and so many of us make. You know, we trust in the wrong people. We making these big investments so quick. Thank you, Tony Emerson, for that super chat. He says, hey, Big C, Tony from Arlington, Texas. Hoping all works out in your favor. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. And I'm glad you're from Arlington, Texas, because some guy says, yeah, maybe. He asked me how hot it is over here. He said, maybe I can go. He said, I heard that it's hot. It's similar in Houston, Texas, as it is in the Philippines. No, sorry, guys. Look, get that out of your mind, man. That's a myth. There's no place in America that comes anywhere close to the heat over here. And see, that's another thing that you're going to have to come over here. You're not going to be able to take my word for it. Some guy says, oh, it's no hotter there than it is in some of the southern states. Man, that's all that Google stuff. This is boots on the ground information I'm giving you. When you come over here, you better bring you 130 SPF sunscreen. I don't care if you dark like me or you blue-black. The sun over here is going to fry you. The next day, you're going to wake up, your head's going to be cracking, your shoulders cracking, your face is cracking. But go on down there in Texas and think, oh, okay, I'm ready for the Philippine heat. In May, nope. Yeah, I'm going to tell you. You're going to be really shocked when you get over here. I've been to Brazil. I've been to South Florida, Colombia, Africa. This heat over here, it's the number one. It's hot, hot. Okay? It's hot, hot over here. Yeah, come on, guys. Let's hit the thumbs up. That's what Web Design Faster says. He said, come on, people, help this man. He's great. That's funny. Anthony Livingston said, yeah, I married a great Filipina. She saved my life. Absolutely, man. And believe it or not, I thought the same thing. And if I'd have stayed in America, I'd still be thinking the same thing. But when I gave her that choice, I put on the hot seat, the $64,000 question. She gave me the answer, and then after a while, when I met somebody else, then she's gonna put the onus on me. You're the reason why. No, you know why we broke up. You know me. You were my mistress. Remember? You know that I need a warm body next to me every single night. See, when you made that decision to go to America, you know what you were doing. You had no doubt in your mind I was going to be with somebody else. Web Design Faster says about the humidity there. Yeah, but I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes, man, I'm riding my bike today. I got a late start because I was talking to the subscriber I told you today that was dealing with this lady over here that's, the most ungrateful person I could possibly ever imagine. So I get a late start, man, 7:30, man. All of this is burning because I didn't put the sunscreen on, because I wasn't thinking. I'm all, he done got in my head, man, watch tomorrow, I'm probably going to be peeling. But yeah, it's hot, hot over here, Kona Ranger. Because guys, some of these women over here, I'm going to say some of these women over here, they don't want the life that you're trying to give them. You can take a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. He wanted to send her to school, back to college. He wants the best for her, but she don't want the best for her. See? That's what I'm saying. And he's never met her. That's the problem. He's never met her in person. He needs to come over here and, and then look her in the eye and see like, yeah, she don't want to go back to college. She can't manage money. She wants the life that she wants, the simple life. And you can't blame them for that. But that's what she wants. And a lot of us get in trouble trying to force this new life on these women or trying to force it on them too fast. I say this 1,000 times. I say it again, man. When you come over here and you see the circumstances that a lot of these women that you're talking to online are coming from, you're going to rethink your strategy. You're going to rethink it. You're going to say, man, am I lowering my standards? That's the question you got to ask yourself. Because a lot of us come over here and we lower our standards. We think because she's a Filipina, we put her way up here. But no, guys, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to give you the nitty gritty. I'm going to just tell you exactly how it is. You're coming from America. You're coming from Britain, France, Australia, New Zealand, man. A lot of times you come over here, man, you're lowering your standards because you're in a hurry. There's some top of the line women over here, but you got to take your time to find them. You got to vet them, man. You got to get to know them. That's all I'm saying. Because the guy says, well, how can I vet her? She's way over in the Philippines. Well, in this situation, I'm saying get to know her before you start making all these promises, all of these commitments, sending all this money. Is she who you think she is? Is she worthy of the attention? And is she worthy of all of this that you're giving her? You don't know. You can't see it over there. A lot of the women that you're dealing with, they have men. If they've convinced you that they're single, I see it. And some of the guys, even though they're jealous, man, Filipinos are jealous. I don't care if it's men or women. when it comes to you sending their woman money and them living a better life over here, they don't mind if she shows you her body. They don't mind if she chats with you. Man, there was a guy over here. Trust me, I seen it with my own eyes. His woman met a guy from a foreigner. He came over here and stayed 2 weeks. The guy cried like a baby for 2 weeks, but what was he going to do? Nothing. He wasn't going to do nothing. See? And the man, the foreigner, had no idea. He was nowhere in the picture. He was the brother or something, because he'd go over there and bring him food and different things like that. And he's watching this man with his wife, basically. You know, this is the kind of intricacies I'm trying to tell you that's going on behind the scenes that you can't see on the screen. But for some reason, we think we can. No, you're thinking with the wrong head, man. Yeah, you're right. No, I've been to, what's that right outside of Houston, which is a suburb of Houston. Yeah, I've been there. What do you say? What's it called? Is it Baytown or Bayville, Texas? Where all them oil, plants, oil refineries are. Yeah, I've been there. Yeah, well, Houston, yeah, but you got to realize, when is the last? Yeah, I think in Houston they just had a snowstorm or some type of ice storm, right? Patriots Turner, answer that. Didn't they just have some like a cold spell in Houston? No, I'm not wrong. There's no cold spell here, brother. All right. I don't have to go. I've been to Baytown, Texas, but yeah, go on and print that in there, Patriot Turner. Houston just had a cold spell. People were freezing there not too long ago. Yeah, so now Houston's not like the Philippines. It never gets cold here. Ever. All right? We can quit that argument right there. Yeah, Frank Ellis, he said, that's that equator heat. Yeah, Houston, Texas is nowhere near the equator. It's hot there. Don't get me wrong. I was working in full, because we were going down in these reactors, and it was a nitrogen atmosphere. So we've got, I look like an astronaut. I'm fully encapsulated, with oxygen coming in, and man, we were burning up in Houston, Texas, but not like this over here, guys. I'm telling you. Yeah, Harold Jackson said, I'm telling you the truth about the Philippines. Man, by the time I walk, I promise you this, okay? Unless I'm lucky and I walk outside my house and a tricycle's coming past my house, I got to walk to the end of the corner to get a tricycle to go somewhere. I'm sweating already. I'm talking about I'm sweating already, man. That's why I carry a rag with me. Let me show you. This is going to be one of your best friends over here. You need this, okay? And what I want you to do, don't just get a dry one. I want you to wet it just a little bit and wring it out, because you're going to need this over here. And I don't know about in Texas. Yeah, Robert Sanford, it does get hot, but didn't y'all just have a cold spell over there? Frankie Stein said, yes, but this was extended toward the group, my friends there. I was just happy to help my friends there. I wasn't trying to show off, but I was amazed how much they can be helped by such a small gift. Oh, okay. I don't know what you're talking about. I must have missed that. Dad's Renovation said, yeah, back in February, they did have that. Yeah, well, see, I don't care. You can be here in the dead of December, January, February. It's still going to burn your behind over here. But in May, I will put this heat, right now it's May here, the hottest time ever in the Philippines. Yeah, I can't even describe how hot it is. Okay, just come over here. You'll see. Yeah, it's hot there, K. Dallas. I wouldn't doubt it. Hey, Timothy 7710, he said, what's happening, Calvin? How you doing? I'm doing good. I'm just trying to convince these guys, Timothy, that the heat over here is not the heat in America, because they never turn the heat off here. Over there, you get a break every now and then. I don't care if you live in Florida. Hell, it gets down to 50 or 60 sometimes. Over here, hell, yeah, they keep the heat turned up high all year long. Prodigy said, let's get the likes to 300. Yeah, we're 212. Brown Eyes 124337 said you have a rainy season. Absolutely, but that don't mean nothing. We get a little drop in the temperature, man. Remember I told you when I did my video yesterday, it was raining. If you go back, you can hear the rain coming down. Back within 30 minutes, man, it was so hot again that, you literally cannot be outside. Stephen K said March to July is literally microwave status. It is, man. You cannot stand outside. You better get to where you're going and get there quick, either to a tricycle, a bus, on your motorcycle, to the mall. You cannot, you don't see kids in like, say, for instance, they come out early in the morning and late in the evening. You don't see kids out at 12 noon in summertime throwing footballs and frisbees and stuff. They can't, you cannot come outside. It's that hot over here. Yeah, Stephen K, it's constant. David, he's funny too. David Cluett says the Philippines must be closer to the sun than America. No, it's closer to the equator though, for sure. Gregory Calhoun says, I want to keep following you. Thank you, brother. He says, the Donna man. Hi, Calvin. They coming to ship you out. Hide underground. Look, guys, don't ever do that. I know people who are over here now illegally. And the Philippines, they've got this program. And when I go to the immigration, I took a picture of it. I think I erased it off my phone. I was going to put it on my community page, man. They will pay Filipinos to turn you in. Yeah. So don't do that, guys. Just extend. It's time for you to go. Just go and come back. Question: if a well is dug, will water be okay? I wouldn't drink the water out of the ground here. There's a lot of mining that goes on here. The water just isn't safe to drink here. Now the water filter stations, of course, water in the bottle, yeah, but out of the ground, straight out of the ground, I wouldn't do it. Definitely not out of the faucet. I wouldn't do it. What's he say? Bill Anthony says, this is crazy. He says, I saw how Filipina P and Enrique used your boots on the ground. So I made you a picture you can use on your show. You will really be surprised how nice it is. Send me your email. Okay, so I can send it. Okay, Bill Anthony, it's Calvin. I'll write it in here. I'd like to see that. Yeah, John told me that he heard the Filipino P say boots on the ground. He said he thought he was going to fall out of his chair when he heard her. That's not my word. That's not my original words. I think somebody was telling me it comes from the Iraq hostage crisis back in the early in 70 or 80. Some military guy said it. But I just said it to let you know that I'm here in the Philippines, because there's people who have channels talking about the Philippines. They're not in the Philippines. So I said, I'm boots on the ground here. I'm really here. I'm going to give you my experience here, and I'm going to tell you, give it to you nitty gritty. That's the reason I said it. Imagine, he's no longer a vlogger, but imagine this. There was a guy over in America. He was in his room like this, talking about the Philippines. He had piped in rooster music, guys. True story. So that's why I said, I'm boots on the ground. I'm really here. There's no piped in rooster sounds and all that stuff going on. I'm really here in the Philippines. Yeah. Bresilero Shelton said it's colder than a well digger's ass in Montana here in Chicago right now. Damn shame, bro. Yeah. Well, you know, I went to Chicago one time, Bresilero. You remember the Copper Box? I went to the Copper Box too. It was a nightclub, man. And I guess it was somewhere downtown because we drove from Cincinnati there, and we get there at night. We parked somewhere downtown. I mean, the wind was blowing. It was the coldest I've ever been. I've never been colder. And Chicago had these ropes at this time. It's in the 80s. You have to hold on the rope, or that wind will blow you into the street, man, and get you run over by a car. That's how cold it was. But I remember going to the Copper Box. Now, remember how big, you know, when you sing and you're really not singing, what they call that? Well, this at the Copper Box too, it was really, really big. Lip syncing was big in Chicago at this club back in the 80s, man. And these people were putting on a show, man. People would go up there and give them dollars. It was like being at a strip club, man. But yeah, it was cold as hell. Hey, Timothy Bright, take care, brother. I'm getting ready to wind it down. I got about 3 minutes and a little bit over 3 minutes. Michael Oversee said Calvin setting you guys up to fail. Well, I got to give you your opinion, brother. You know, to be honest with you, man, I give you that. I'm not an expert. Remember, I'm just giving you my boots on the ground experience. Why do you guys call Pete a snitch? I don't call it that. Anybody that's on this YouTube as a vlogger, man, I give them big time respect. I see it as a community. I support them. I don't put any, you've never heard me put another YouTube vlogger down, and you will never hear me say that. I guarantee you that. I don't call her a snitch. I mean, this lady built a successful channel, far more successful than mine. I tell you that. So no, I don't give her nothing but, you know, I give her respect. But, you know, because it's not hard, it's not easy to do what we do, guys. You know, you got to realize that, man. You know, but remember, it's a smorgasbord, guys. Take what you want from me. Take what you want from her, because that's what you're going to need. Hey, thanks, James Lyons, for the super chat. He said, great live streams user, brother. Calvin, keep up the good work. I appreciate you, man. You part of the NTZ. You know that. But yeah, the Dunham man said P is an agent. Y'all crazy, man. Hey, Calvin. And Daryl M said, hey, Calvin, you're the father on your child's PSA birth certificate. You can re-enter the Philippines. I am. I make sure I'm that, because see, when you make sure if you have a child over here that you get on that birth certificate, because you're going to need to be there when it comes time for the CRBA. Yeah. Y'all crazy. Yeah, Rutgers Marine says some people just hate hearing the truth. Keep preaching truth, Calvin. I mean, yeah, they hate that, man. And I'm not trying to rain on nobody's parade, man. I just want your trip to be, look, number one, enjoyable, but above all things, safer, man. Don't come here 8,000 miles and get rolled, man. You can get rolled at home. Oh, okay. Charles M. 915 says, hey, Battle, you can ball out in Korea if you need to. I got your back, man. That's another option, see. Hey, Michael Booth. He said, what up, Calvin? Shout out from San Fernando, Pampanga. Yeah. Do y'all got any good barbers up there, man? Let the brothers know if y'all got any good barbers up there. Dale Joliffe says, it looks like Philippines is no place for a fat man like me. No, that's not true, brother. You know, because remember, you can sign on the dotted line for that visa. Remember, this is my saying, 18 to 80, blind, crippled, and crazy. They want you over here long as you can get them a visa. Don't matter what you look like or nothing. Believe it or not, C-Dub says been in the fields at least 5 times, married a P9. We have 2 beautiful children. Calvin's 100% correct. It's been a unique experience, and many men are jealous of me. Absolutely, man. You can get unlucky over here. I'll tell you that. And when you get unlucky over here, you get unlucky. But most of us, we end up meeting good women, man. My wife's a good woman, man. She just wants that life over there. She don't want no parts of this over here no more. And I was part of that. I was collateral damage, really what it was. Dale Joseph says, I'm talking heat wise. No, you get a break, Dale, in the morning from about 5 o'clock to about 7. And then from about 5 o'clock on at night. It's really, really nice. Here in San Carlos, about 5 o'clock on, I'm talking about the weather's perfect. But from about 7:30 to about 4:30, you feel like you're in a damn air fryer. But like Stephen K said, a microwave. Michael Booth said, hello, yeah, we got good barbers here. Saul's barber shop in English City, and his brother has a barber shop across from the VFW in English City. See, I needed that information about a year and a half ago because I don't even want to tell y'all that story anymore. Hey, China, what's going on, man? And thank you for your help and support. We're going to put that together today. You know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to have them come here and pick that up because I go crazy trying to find out where all those people live. So I sent them a message, and after this is over, I'm going to go pick that up. They're just going to come to the house and pick it up. China says, you are unlucky if she wouldn't send you the money you send her. Absolutely. But see, what's happening is the money we're sending them, they're spending it on their boyfriends over here. And that's why the boyfriend doesn't care. He don't care. Hell, he's riding around a brand new motorcycle, living the life, man. He don't care because you're not touching her. He's getting everything right now. And then the closer this place comes to opening up, and she's going to shut the door on you. And that's when you're going to know you got unlucky. Yeah, the prodigy, yes, yeah. Truman, he says, Calvin does say that. She may have a man, big chance, but what Calvin hammers on about is don't be sending her money. Get to know her, or better yet, wait till you get to the fields in person. It's better because, now, once you vetted her, and you've been over here and you know that, her situation and everything, she's telling you the truth. There's nothing wrong with taking care of your woman, man, because I take care of every woman that I've been with. Ask them. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't take care of women. I'm saying, but what we're doing for strangers, man, we won't do for our families, guys. Let's be honest. You guys are spending $1,000 over here, man. I see it with my own eyes. In this little small place in San Carlos City, you sending thousands of dollars. But if your mother call up and try to borrow $20, you won't give it to her. Or your sister or your brother or your best friend, you claim you don't got it. That's all I'm saying, man. Be careful, man. Patience is the key, guys. That's what James Blunt says true, man. And these people over here, they got patience. They will wait you out. They know we're not. They know we're impatient. They know we can't even wait to get over here. So what we do, same thing I used to do. That's how I tell. That's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you from my experience. We put the women on reserve, put them on layaway, thinking that's going to guarantee something. There's no guarantees over here. The only thing guaranteed over here is it's going to be hot and she's going to be poor when you get her. There's only 2 guarantees you got. All right, when you get over here. David Cluis says, hey, Sunshine Shoulders. He said, how can I send a little money to you, brother? I really enjoy watching your YouTube channel. You can send to my PayPal account. Just go to any of my videos in the description and in the comments. You'll see my PayPal account, my Cash App account. We pay it all forward. I promise you that. And go on my Sunshine Shoulders Facebook page. You'll see, you know. But yeah, that's what we do. To try to help the people. I'm living right now better than 75% of the people in the Philippines. I'm not going to stand around and watch people suffer, man. I just do what I can do in my space. And, you know, and it's been working, man. You know, I can sleep good at night, man. That's probably why I haven't had any problems, man. The people, even the bad guys, I help them. Believe it or not, I help them all. And that's another secret. It's not really a secret I'm going to give you when you come over here. Wave to everybody that you pass on the street. Wave and smile to everybody you see, because you know what? You don't know who you're waving to and who you're smiling to. The VIPs and the regular people look the same. And the reason I say that, guys, is this. Excuse me. You don't want to insult the wrong people over here. And yeah, John said, are the Filipinos that petty? Yeah, they're petty. They can be petty like that. You can die for insulting the wrong person. And for the littlest thing like that. Yeah, they'll hurt you. They'll have a grudge that they'll never get rid of. And you don't want to get on the wrong side of some people over here. I told y'all the story, and I'll say this, I got to get ready to get out here. We went and looked at a house and lot. You know, it was small, though. I mean, it was brand new, never been lived in. The guy wanted $1.8 million for it. And it was just too small for me. So, you know, of course, my girlfriend wasn't going to tell him, because they ain't going to say. They're afraid of people with money and with position over here for some reason. So he said, oh, come back to the office. We'll talk about the terms and blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. Well, I'm telling her it's too small. I don't want it. I'm going to tell him. She says, shh, don't say nothing. Let me do all the talking when we get over there, right? Well, come to find out, she recognized this guy. He's a big guy, a gangster. And she said, you don't want to insult him. You don't even run the risk of insulting him. You will die. She told me that a few months ago. See, I'm trying to give y'all that information. You're not in Chicago. You're not in the Bronx. You're not in LA and all in Philly and all that. You don't know the bad guys over here. And people over here are so powerful, man. They're very, very powerful. They have power that it's illegal to have in the United States. And yeah, he was really, really a bad guy. And she said, now don't you dare say anything. Let me handle it. And I told John the story. He said, are they that petty? I said, oh, yeah. You see it, man. I tell you that. The Donovan shot the stick fight, too. The project says, hey, John Ingram, we need a troll check. Yeah, these guys, okay. Yeah, I am limited 75. You probably the smartest man on here then, because that's what I like about John. See, they don't have no shame in their game. They know that what they're doing is not illegal. Hey, I'm coming over there. I don't care what my family says. I don't care what my friends say. Here's what I'm going to do. Coming over here. I know what I want. I know where to get it. I know how much it's going to cost. I don't have to put up all these fronts and stuff like that. And I know who I am, so I don't care about what you say about me. You know, go on my video, man. I did a whole video on that. It's what I learned on my way to the bar in the Philippines. It's what I consider one of my best videos, man. But it tells you the differences, man. You either a Joe or a John. There's no in between. Okay? You can masquerade one trying to be the other, but you either John or you Joe. You either coming over for a good time, you know, and sow your oats and going back to where you coming from. Are you coming over here looking for love, man? There's no in between. And I like guys like you, man, because you're honest. See, I did that video talking about love is just lust dressed up as a three-piece suit. See, John is going to tell you, I know why I'm here. The people know why you here. You're the only one you fooling. They know why you come over here. Yeah, you might be a good guy and all that. Eventually, you're going to marry somebody and take good care of them, but that's the reason why you're flying halfway around the world. Why would you do that just to come over here and look at the Manila skyline? Come on, guys, it's not true. You know why you're here, but see, John says, you know why I'm here, and he goes to the places where remember that consent, the agreement between two consenting adults, it's nobody's business. That's the way he looks at it, see? So be a John for a little while till you decide what you want to do, guys, but don't come over faking, and then you're going to hurt her feelings. You may end up getting hurt. There's no hurry. Why are we in such a hurry? They know you're in a hurry because they know that's how it works in your country. Everything works like this. It's the same thing when you get over here. You're still on that time like this. Oh, I want to meet her family. I want to marry her. I want to bring her back to America as soon as I can without even knowing her, without who you're bringing up. You don't even know who you're bringing over here. And I know I've got Trump supporters on my channel. So what? I don't care. You can vote for whoever you want to vote for. But one of his arguments is, oh, well, we don't know who these people are coming into the country. Are they rapists? Are they drug dealers? Are they murderers? The bad guys? Yeah, well, it's the same thing when you come over here and come overseas and you bring these women back. You don't know who you're bringing over there, But my suggestion is that you get to know her before you bring her over here. It's true. Let's see. Gabriel Gervais says, I don't want you to get hurt by saying what you were honest about, how easier money is given there than their own family back home, U.S. That exposure can ignore them. Yeah, but like I said, some people can't handle the nitty gritty, and that's why I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give you the nitty gritty. I've seen it before. And there's nothing wrong with sending women money over here once you know she is who you think she is. But there's no way you can know who she is by just talking to her on the screen. There's intricacies, man, involved with these women, man. They're complicated, man. You think these are just some little island women? No, their life experiences make them, man, turn them into something else. They look sweet like this little gentle flower, man. They're like a Venus flytrap, man. They'll eat you alive, man. And because it's happened. And, I didn't get a chance to talk about this. I ain't going to have time today. Next live stream. If you're dealing with a Filipino right now and you got a Facebook account, it's best you go on and delete your Facebook account now, because chances are that relationship's not going to work out and your whole Facebook experience is going to be destroyed. And you're going to say, all I have to do is block her. No, that's not enough, because once she becomes friends with you on Facebook, she's going to friend everybody on your list. Then once, it's all over with, so many, the Facebook is the Bible over here. All right. And we'll talk about that when I see you guys the next time. Facebook is the Bible over here, guys. 98%, the highest in the entire world of adults that have access to the internet have a Facebook account in the Philippines. The highest in the world. Here. Facebook is the Bible here. And TikTok is the Holy Grail. That's going to be our next discussion. But thank y'all guys for super chats, super stickers, the thumbs up. We got 247, guys. Can we at least hit 250 before I get off here? In America, it's late. before you let your head hit the pillow, please find somebody to help. But if you don't want to do late grocery runs, beer runs, weed runs, you're just getting off second shift, or you're on your lunch break and see somebody in the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a couple of dollars. In the Philippines, it's 11:15 a.m. You have the whole rest of the day to find somebody to help. There's no excuse why you shouldn't intentionally go out and find somebody to help. And no, I'm not pressuring anybody to help anybody over here. But I'd be damned if I'm going to stand around and watch by little kids are starving. I'm going to do what I can with what I've got, man, to help as many people as I can, because I know this if I don't know anything else. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free. I'll see you next time. I'm going to talk to the engineer today to make sure that we can start that build because we already we did the paperwork to get the title transferred over, even though that's not been done yet. It's not complete. We did everything we can do. We got the survey. I'm going to walk around with him, give him my ideas, let him get started there and the guest house. And I'm going to walk y'all through it with me. I think the first thing I'm going to do is build that wall around there. Either a wall or barbed wire, something. It's going to be nice. It's not about being cheap, man. It's about being quality. It's about going to protect me and my guests in there. So thank y'all so much. Take care, man. I really, really appreciate it, man. And thanks again for anybody that went on that is buying this Sunshine Shoulders authentic gear, man. It's really nice. I'm going to get some more design. But take care, guys. I got to go over here, get this rice for, I think we've got 17 families all together. We're going to give a 25 kilo sack of rice today. It's going to feed them for the rest of the month, see? Thank y'all.